Why, hello everybody. It's been a minute. So, I actually do have a couple of things that I want to talk about. The first and foremost, right on this channel is, hey, I'm gonna be trying a rebrand of the Monster Mash. Like, this channel has less than 100 subscribers. It really doesn't matter what I do, and that's kind of like the whole point of this channel. I was initially like planning on doing a video that was like asking y'all if you would be okay with that kind of a rebrand. But at the end of the day, right? Um this channel is so small that it kind of really doesn't matter. And even though I want to take y'all's opinions into account, and I always strive to do that. I always strive to like at least gauge what the potential response to these kinds of moves would be, just to see like what people come to. Like it's interesting to see people's reasons for watching a channel, right? And it feels like, based on what I've seen, everyone on this channel seems to like just how laid back it is, right? And I appreciate that too. It allows me to just be laid back and focus on one thing for, a couple hours. Be it recording videos or doing recording these voiceovers, doing all this stuff, right? So, again, this is extremely old footage. This is back when I actually played Monster Hunter Rise. So, yeah. Everybody seems to like how chill this channel is, right? And I was thinking to myself, being only Monster Hunter, even though that was the initial gimmick that I decided on, it feels a bit limiting. And so I eventually decided, like, I want to bring back Let's Plays. Let's Plays are still going just as strong as they always were, right? Like, I don't think there's not a shortage of Let's Plays. But there's a shortage of Let's Plays that or at least I'm not finding a whole lot of Let's Plays that I enjoy, like my kind of style, where it's kind of like this, where it's just talking about bullshit, Eventually I want to get to the point where I have like a cast of my friends and people that I enjoy talking to record stuff in person, but that's not going to happen for a little bit. I need to actually like prove that this concept can actually go somewhere. So I think like what I'm going to end up going to be doing, let me actually rephrase, what I'm going to end up doing eventually is we're going to rebrand the channel away from Monster Mash being the name. The Monster Mash mailbox will still be open. So, like, that's one of the things, is that Monster Mash is not going away. This kind of style of, having Monster Hunter footage in the background and, like, talking about, like, deep shit, like, that will remain on Monster Mash. And you'll still get a little bit of that in the regular Let's Plays that I want to do, and other videos that I want to do, but Monster Mash will just now be a show on a greater channel that will focus on this exact type. Like, this content's not going to change. When I feel like doing a Monster Mash video is when I feel like I'm going to do a Monster Mash video, I'll have some Monster Hunter footage on in the background, I'll talk about some deep shit, and, we'll answer questions, talk about life, all that kind of stuff. I can talk about, like, my therapy experience in a future video, right? I've only been to one session, so I don't really want to talk about therapy in great detail until I actually have been to a few sessions. I'm doing every other week, because that's what I can afford, but whatever. So Monster Mash isn't going to go away, but we're going to, instead of the channel's whole focus being Monster Mash, it's instead going to just be Pav's garbage pile. So there's going to be more of a direct connection between my two channels, but like it's not really that big of a deal in my eyes. The whole point now is that it's going to be all the content that I don't think would work out very well on the main channel, right? So the main channel is going to have, highly edited content. I'm going to be doing basically whatever YouTuber does, right? Where there's going to be highly edited content, and it's going to be like its own world, and it's going to be where like the true like big projects live, and then the side channel where Let's Plays and Bionicle videos and vinyl collection and doing all this other hot garbage, like just the production quality will be a lot lower, right? And I feel like that's fine, and I can do behind the scenes videos there. I know that I save the behind the scenes videos for the patrons. Maybe I'll do behind the scenes stuff. I actually don't know. We'll see what the patrons have to say. I'll talk with them and see how they feel about it. At the end of the day, they're the ones who give me money, so I feel like they should at least have a say in how their behind-the-scenes content is posted. So yeah, like this is kind of the strategy going forward, is we're going to rebrand. If I don't know if anybody here even remembers this, but years ago, I had a very old show on my main channel that was called Pav's Garbage Pile. And the whole point of it was that it was going to be low effort, or not low effort, but lower production value. And it would just be simple videos talking about, hey, here's this weird thing I found. Or here's this funny Game Boy accessory. Or like, you know, here's my collection of this game. Or here's, you know, all this stuff. And that was the whole point. Is like, here I am sitting on top of my throne of garbage. And the whole point of the video was to talk about the littlest details about things that interest me even vaguely. And I stopped doing that after a while, because after a while I thought that the garbage pile videos just didn't fit. No, hi Discord, thank you. I don't know if you even heard that. Let me actually go ahead and turn on streamer mode. Thank you Discord. Anyways, so it felt like that the lower effort content, quote unquote, didn't really fit. Especially because people come to the channel for, like, the edited stuff, you know? So, just make the whole channel Pav's Garbage Pile, make it a new thing, have all this low-effort garbage here. You can start doing, like, real Let's Plays again. Because I do like Let's Plays, like, genuinely. But I like Let's Plays, but I don't like streams, which is, like, a weird thing. Because at the end of the day, streaming and Let's Plays are two different types of content, and it's two different, like, ways that you can... It's two different ways that you can show the same content, right? Because with the stream, you have that live interaction with the audience. And the point of the stream is that live interaction, right? That's what people come to streams for. That's the whole point. But with a Let's Play, it's focused more on the game or the personality behind the game. Most of the time, it's just the personality behind the game. But I actually do want to talk about, like, games and stuff. I feel like... with streams, it gets too caught up in just the current conversation, which, like, is still good. Like, I appreciate the good back and forth bullshit conversations and everything, but I think it would be nice to just talk about the game that I'm playing, you know? And another thing is that with Let's Plays, you can edit out boring shit. With streaming, you gotta be on all the time. I have a few years of streaming experience under my belt, and, bro... You got, like, at least in my experience with the type of stuff that I want to make, I have to be on all the time during a stream. So my streams are so, that's why my streams were so short. And it's because I couldn't be that on for more than a couple hours at a time. I'm just not that kind of person. So, like, when I see people who stream for fucking 6-8 hours at a time, it's like, how do you even survive doing this? And then I've watched a few streams, like snippets of streams like that, and the secret to that is that they're not on all the time, and that sometimes streams are very laid back, and there are parts where the streamer's not talking, and there's parts where the streamer's just kind of reading chat or interacting with the game or whatever. And on one hand, I can appreciate that, but at the other hand, it's like, that's not the kind of stuff I want to make. I don't want to be boring. So at least with a Let's Play, I can edit out boring stuff, or I can, like, edit in jokes, you know, where it's like, oh, hey, I'm gonna, like, Dark Souls 1, for example. Hey, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna grind a bunch of humanity so I can give to Kalana's sister and open up the shortcut in Lost Izalith. So it's like, okay, I could do that on stream and try to fill dead air, essentially, by talking about whatever, or I could just put fast forward footage of that whole thing, take a fucking break on my voice, like, not say anything, and then put over, like, a fucking MIDI rendition of a song or a kazoo cover of a song, and just be like, then I grinded for 3 hours. It was never gonna be 3 hours, but it's like, then I grinded for X amount of time, and that was what the thing, and that's a joke. You can make that a joke in your video. And then having those consistent uploads every other day of the 20-minute videos, or 10 to 20-minute videos, that's also really good for the algorithm. So it's why people do it, right? It just allows you to make a shit ton of content for little effort relative to edited stuff, right? And then, you know, it also allows me to do the smaller videos. Like, I can do, like, 5-minute videos, or I can even do shorts if I start doing that on the garbage pile, which would be fun, honestly. So I'm basically going to be doing what every other YouTuber does. The big content goes on the one channel, and then the low effort shit goes on the secondary channel. So that's the current plan for the Monster Mash. Monster Mash is now instead going to be the focus of the whole channel. It's just going to be a show on the channel. And Monster Mash videos in and of themselves will be fewer, right? Because the thing about Monster Mash, when I tried doing that whole stint for like a weekly Monster Mash video, I think I got like 3 or 4 weeks out of it, which was not bad for my standards. Because my standards are incredibly high, right? So getting 3 or 4 weeks in of weekly Monster Mash videos, after a while, I started feeling like the subject matter and the actual content of the video was degrading because I was trying to do it weekly, right? So, like, I wasn't talking about the deep shit that I wanted to talk about, and I wasn't like, because for a Monster Mash video, I need to be like in the moment, and I need to be like really like invested in a thing at a specific, like Monster Mash videos were, and the original, what would eventually become Monster Mash videos, was I have this thought, I need to get this out of my head, I'm gonna fire up Monster Hunter and I'm gonna fucking talk about it for however long it takes. And that was the video. But then trying to do weekly stuff, I was writing down topics I could talk about, but when I sat to record them, I wasn't like as into it as I used to be. So like, I'm constantly overthinking the kinds of stuff that I want to make, right? I'm constantly holding myself up to these standards. And so I'm hoping that an exercise in not doing that with garbage pile content could help, you know? So I just want to make more stuff, but I want to have a space where I can make that stuff and not have to worry about it. And that's kind of what the Monster Mash was. So I'm just kind of, what I'm doing is I'm expanding the scope of the channel, and Monster Mash will be the same. Monster Mash videos will, excuse me, I bumped the mic. Monster Mash videos will be few and far between, not few and far between, but it'll be less common, right? And then I can upload like regular Let's Plays of games that I'm really into at the moment. I could do a couple of, my plan is that I want to get a modded N64 controller and do some like N64 game Let's Plays. We talk about Bomberman 64. We can talk about Conker's Bad Fur Day. We can talk about fucking all bunch of good, like the good games on the N64, you know? So, yeah, that's basically what this whole thing is going to be. I apologize if, you came to this channel just for Monster Mash videos, but if you like Monster Mash, hey, you might appreciate the regular Let's Plays that I'm going to do. You might appreciate some of the other more laid-back content I plan on doing. You know, maybe a podcast one day, but like that's way in the future. That even, we're talking about stuff well into the future. Right now, what I want to focus on is going back to basics with basic Let's Plays and doing some other like collection showcase videos. Because I've got some pretty interesting stuff in this collection, but they wouldn't really fit in a video. And that's not what my main channel's for. It's not for collection stuff. It's for like, highly edited shit. So, hey, we'll see what happens. This stuff will take time to happen, but, we'll see how it goes. Have a good day, everybody. End of the video. Woo!